I choose to eat all whole foods and not only fruits. However, I still eat a fruit-based diet. Here's why. Through having many plant medicine ceremonies, it really brings you into the present moment. And when I'm present, I don't need to plan what I want to eat, but in the moment I might start to desire something or see a very bright colored food like fruit. Yes, that will call to you a lot of the time, but sometimes maybe it's the broccoli that you have to cook. Well, you don't have to cook, but it digests better and maybe healthier in its cooked form. Or a sweet potato that's bright purple, right? And I used to have this fear that if I started to eat some cooked foods, some other cooked plant-based foods, that I may balance my nutrition again. I thought that if I had a little bit of a high starchy carb meal of like beans and rice, that I would need to eat a lot of vegetables in order to be full, so that I don't get dehydrated, so I don't overeat calories, all these food rules that I had. But what I've realized through being present is, yeah, maybe I think and I'm planning ahead in my ego, like I need to, if I have some salt, then I need to drink water, or if I have foods that are harder to digest, like some nuts and seeds or some raw cabbage, which I would prefer, I'm just going to cook that now, that I would need to have sauerkraut as well as kombucha, fermented foods to digest. But I've realized that when I'm in the present moment, it's not like stressful to do these things. It's just like I eat some potatoes and maybe I get thirsty later, so you have some water. It doesn't have to consume you if you're in the present moment at all times. The thing that becomes addictive and stressful is when we're always planning and preparing and in that anxious mind, that anxiety, right? Yeah, for a long time, all I craved was fruit. I ate only fruit for 3 years, and that's what served me. But I was ignoring some cravings that I was getting. And looking at that now, it's like, yeah, maybe I'll have a day, even today, where it's a whole day where I only want to eat fruit, and I do that. But that doesn't mean that I have to decide in that moment, just because my body only craves fruit right now, that that's all I ever need for life, right? Like, one day, maybe to balance yourself out, you need a little bit of potatoes, and then maybe another day you're missing the nutrients that are in beans or nuts or seeds. And for some people, even that includes some eggs or fish or something that their body still needs in that process of transitioning to a more raw diet, or just for their diet to feel their best. So really just listen to your body, get out of your mind. And I just refuse to eat a diet that my brain is telling me to eat, that my mind, that the ego has told me is the healthiest diet. No, I listen to my body. My body knows better what my body needs, of course. I mean, it feeds your brain too, but your brain's not going to know as well. Of course, I'm using logic. I'm still eating whole foods. I'm not going to eat McDonald's and processed foods. I no longer even track calories, which is beautiful. So, of course, coming from an eating disorder background, over 10 years, in and out of hospital, I always tracked to the exact degree how much calories I ate, and my whole mood and energy depended on what I ate that day. And to some degree, yeah, like food affects our energy, but there's also nature, the sun, your relationships to others, your relationship to nature, your relationship to yourself, and the rest, your time of the month on your cycle. So many other things impact our health, the air we breathe. On a cooked diet, like I used to fear as a raw vegan, like fire is the devil, fire is the devil, fire is so the thing that's causing so much harm in this world and killing things, including like vegetables that it kills. But the thing is, I now love fire, I appreciate transformation in life. I recognize that when we eat plants, which when I was fruitarian, I thought you can't eat plants, it's a sentient life. But no, when you kill a plant, maybe, honestly, even fruitarians are killing things. It takes killing something in order to give life. And as long as it's more pro-life, that's the most important part. And as long as we're supporting life on Earth. And to me, I believe that because I live in an off-grid vegan community, okay? And I live in also, like, I've lived in raw vegan communities. And yeah, the philosophy sounds so great, like don't harm anybody, don't harm yourself, don't harm the Earth. But I think we're harming ourselves and we're harming the Earth if we don't give more biodiversity to this Earth. And living in the jungle, like there's so much wild species here. And if we just take away all the wild plants and that are home to many wild animals, and we plant fruit trees, we're killing plants. So they can't really use the argument of like not eating plants. And you're also killing the animals that could live here. But it's okay if it's so-called bringing more life, if there's going to be more animals that can eat more fruits and more people that can eat more fruits. Like, yeah, but we just got to understand that it's important not only just to support the life of fruit trees, but to support the life maybe of some other types of plants. And then for some people, they might even want to be supporting the life of an ecosystem of fish or a chicken and taking the eggs, things like that, for more like pescatarian type of diets. And I've thought very deep into that, and I will do other videos based on that. But for this video, I'm just keeping it about the plant-based diet and why I do believe in cooking my food. And yeah, maybe some days I eat raw vegan, and maybe for those 3 years, that's what my body even needed. And I do believe also that a fully only fruit diet is very good to fully heal from different disease, to cleanse your body, to allow your body to just easily digest that stuff. But eventually, it's okay to eat other foods. We have a digestive system for a reason. We aren't at the stage yet where we can just live on the air and the sun energy, though we do get a little bit of energy there. And yeah, it's just been beautiful to me to see that there is no death that even happens on Earth, because everything's transformed. When that plant dies by us eating it, it just gets into another form of life. When we die, we go back into the earth kind of eats us, and we are put back into the energy. But I will also do another video, more spiritual concepts on that. And the transformation that still occurs when we cook something. That goes into the air. Like when people burn someone's ashes, the spirit is free into the air. We're breathing in so much life force all the time. And it's beautiful to see that nothing dies, because now I don't have guilt about killing plants. And for some people that goes as far as, okay, I don't need to have guilt if I eat a fish because I gave it a life, and if I don't give it a life, maybe there's not even room for wild fish anymore and humans are just going to neglect the animals. So there's another side to that story as well. I had such a heavy feeling in my heart walking around and seeing people that were eating dead animals. It's like, wow, why would you kill something when you can eat things that you don't have to cause harm to? But maybe some people cause harm to themselves if they're not eating a certain nutrient they need that their body's craving in that moment. As well, when you understand that everything's being transformed, maybe that fish gets into a greater energy within you, that it would choose that if it understood from a higher consciousness. And we have that higher consciousness to understand that it's being transformed. Or maybe it doesn't even go, like its spirit goes into the next body of whatever it wants to be in now, or the next planet, solar system that it's attached to, because we are the universe. You are the universe, and we are part of the solar system. That's why we have a soul. And just put your souls on the ground, and you will download this information, get the cosmic downloads. And how we access those downloads is, of course, that's through our body. And we need to keep our body healthy in order to be more spiritual beings. We don't need to escape our body. We need to go within our body. So no longer do I carry around that vegan judgment. I don't carry judgment when I see other people eating those foods, because I understand that they consciously they think that it's okay, like they don't understand, they don't know better, so they don't do better. Or if they do know better, they're making the conscious choice, because in their beliefs it makes sense to them that the energy is transformed. And I don't need to go look at people and judge people and see like a bunch of death around me and see like if someone has a pet, that's a bad thing. Like, no, they're caring for the animal, and then the animal cares for them. It's a beautiful harmony of nature, and maybe God or part of the universe puts these animals there for us to have a companion, right? Because what I've realized with that negative condensation towards seeing people eating things that I thought they were killing, like even if it's a plant or an animal, it's like, no, they're not celebrating that they killed it. They're celebrating life. They're celebrating the life that it gives you when you eat it. They're celebrating the life that it got to live. We don't have to look at it with this negative thing of that cow is living just to be slaughtered. It's like, no, that cow lived a sacred life, and then you don't let the meat of it go to waste. And some people, they don't have any other options. The meat is the only thing, and I've learned that through staying with different tribes in the Amazon. And it's beautiful for me to see, like, my dad's a hunter, and he has these at home, like, faces, trophies, they call it, dead corpse of animals like, on the walls and stuff. Like, he saved the bear's fur and the head of the deer, and it always, like, made me really angry. I'm like, wow, why is he having a trophy of, like, a dead body? That's not anything to be proud of. But no, it's honoring the spirit of that animal. It's honoring the life of that animal, that for many cases now, we're giving life to the animals. We're sharing the planet with them, and I want to keep sharing the planet with them. I've always had the ability to see things from both sides, so I can see the pros and the cons of a vegan diet and of a meat diet and of a pescatarian diet and all the diets, right? But I think it's important to find a middle ground, and for me at least, I feel best eating majority fruits, but most importantly, my diet now, I like to not have labels. I like to be an intuitarian. That means I eat what I'm craving when I'm craving. I move on. I don't spend my life fixated and only focused on food. Food is the fuel for life. Food is not our life. I've noticed if I eat cooked foods on the days that I'm not craving cooked food, yeah, I'm gonna feel like shit. But if I eat raw food on the day that I'm craving cooked food, yeah, I'm also gonna feel like shit. And if I force myself to eat raw when I'm not craving raw, I'm not gonna feel good. But if I eat raw when I want raw, I feel good. If I eat cooked when I want cooked, I feel good. So eat what your body is telling you that you need, because your body knows. And there's so many nutrients that are in certain cooked foods that may not be in the fruits that you currently have available with you. Yes, in the ideal world, I wish that we all had access to all the tropical fruit that I have now, and that's why I was on only fruit, even being in the jungle, because we even have an gnocchi, which tastes like cheese, and an elephant apple that tastes like onion to add to the guacamole. So it's all fruit-based, but you can make delicious meals, and also very nutritious. But even being here, I was craving other foods, because maybe there's more vitamin B in the potato or more iron in different things. And we have taro growing on the land and spinach and all these greens. So why not use and give life to those other parts of nature and support life and keep on growing those foods that are giving life to other things in our earth, on our earth. Not everybody would have access to as much fruits as I have, so I think it's important that you're eating what you crave based on what's available where you are, and the highest quality food, ideally organic or local. And for some people, it's the best food that they can get is the only food that they can get. A meal I've been loving here on the land is having jackfruit off the tree, and then after that I cook the seeds, because the jackfruit is filled with lots of carbohydrates, lots of vitamins, the fruit. The seed, on the other hand, is filled with lots of minerals, lots of protein. And then I have it with some greens for some more minerals and some avocado for fats. And then you're able to absorb the fat-soluble vitamins. It just works, right? And I don't even need to think about making these balanced meals. My body balances itself. Some days I don't eat all of those foods at once, but maybe for breakfast I had jackfruit, for lunch I had the seeds, and for dinner you have a salad with avocado. You don't need to eat all of those balanced things. Some days I might have no fats, and the next day I eat a lot of fats. One day I might have only fruits and not much protein, the next day mainly protein. But your body, if you're just not letting your mind get in the way, knows. If one day I undereat, the next day I overeat, but really I maintain my weight because I am just making up for the day that I ate less. So don't judge yourself. That's when it can start to develop maybe some negative cycles of binging, restricting. I promise if you listen to your body, it will start to trust you just as you start to trust it, as long as you eat natural whole foods. And I'm here for you if you need any coaching, any support. Definitely put a comment below that says freedom, and I will send you all the details for coaching and all the details for coming to retreats here, where you can learn to be in touch with your body, in touch with nature, where you can not only get the medicine of the jungle through the sounds of nature and the taste of the whole foods growing on this land and the fruits off the tree and bathing in the water just by the river, but you'll also get to try plant medicine like mushrooms, also growing local, and get shamanic experiences, get the experience of ecstatic dance, cacao, those type of plant medicines that are going to help you awaken your soul, connect to nature, connect to your true self, and finally fulfill your purpose while caring for nature, others, and yourself equally. I'm here for you, and I want you to experience the best. Comment retreat, and I'll send you the information on that. I hope to see you here in the Amazon jungle, in the sacred valley of the Andes Mountains.